Hi and welcome to ExtraSci. This life science is grade 10. So now we are moving on to unit 2 of module 1. In this unit we'll be looking at cells, the basic unit of life. So under unit 2 we will look at 3 topics: the light microscopy, cell structure and function, and then cell organelles. And in this video we're going to be looking in more details the light microscopy. So light microscopy is a tool we use to understand cells better. Since cells are so small, they cannot be seen by the naked eye. And so we use the light microscopy to magnify them and study them better. Remember, cells are made up of a composition of molecules that we learned in the previous chapter, both the organic and the inorganic molecules. So under this section, we will study parts of the microscopy and using the light microscopy, while calculating magnification is going to be self-taught. This is the light microscopy, and there you can see the parts of the light microscopy. Here is what is called an eyepiece or the ocular lens, but just simply call it the eyepiece. This is cylindrical, black, containing 2 or more lenses, just you can see there. And then these 2 are the knobs. So there are 2 knobs. There is the coarse adjustment knob and the fine adjustment knob. Here is written screws, but you can also call them knobs. Some other textbook will refer to them as knobs. So the coarse adjustment knob is used for the initial focus of the object. This one is where you are moving the stage. Here you can see the stage. You are moving the stage. Here you are also moving the stage, but now you're moving it slowly and finely. Is used for the final and clear focus of the object. This is the fine adjustment knob. And then right here is the frame. Just a frame. Remember learning about frames and technology. This is that frame. This is a rigid structure for stability. And like I said, this is the stage. This is where the microscope slide is placed. Put it here. And then here you have the revolving nose piece, and then you have the objectives. This 1, 2, 3. These are the objectives. This is the revolving nose piece. So the revolving nose piece hold the objective in place so that they can rotate and can be changed easily. And then the objectives magnifies the objects. So the objective and the eyepiece, this is where the magnification happens. There is the 4 times magnification objective lens, there's the 10 times magnification objective lens, and then there's the 40 times magnification objective lens, and then there's the eyepiece here, which also does its own magnification. Usually it's a 10 times magnification eyepiece. And then there's the diaphragm here, or rather the condenser. So the diaphragm and condenser control the amount of light which passes through the cell. So there's light that passes through here so that you can see the slide. You have to shine light through here. So you use this to adjust the amount of light you want to come through. And then obviously you need a light source. In the olden days, it will usually be a mirror. So they would use a mirror that will take sunlight from the sun, and then they'll shine it to a mirror, and then the mirror will direct it up here, and then you'll use the diaphragm to control the amount of light coming through here. But now you're just using electricity. You no longer use the light source is usually just a light bulb just shining here, and then you control how much light you want passing through. And that's right there in a nutshell is the light microscopy. Then once again, parts of the light microscopy. See, these are the part that we were talking about in that description. You can go through this. You can pause the video and go through this, but it's the same thing that I've been talking about on that diagram. This video is showing you how to use the light microscopy.
This video demonstrates how to use the microscopes in the Biology 10 laboratory. It consists of 4 parts: setting up the microscope, using the microscope, troubleshooting hints, and cleanup. Retrieve a microscope from the cabinet. Carry the microscope with both hands, one holding the arm and the other under the base of the instrument. If the microscope is too heavy for you to carry safely, ask for assistance. Unwind the cord from the back of the microscope and plug it in. The on-off switch is on the back of the scope and may be hard to find if the power cord is still wrapped around the holders. Check the ocular lenses and turn them until the number 64 lines up with the white line below the rotating part of the lens. Check that the condenser lens is just below the stage. Put the objective lens on low power and move the stage to its highest position. Adjust the light to the medium or medium-high range. You can adjust the light later to improve the image. The brightest light doesn't necessarily result in the best image. Now you should be ready to start using the microscope. Open the clip on the stage with one hand and slide a microscope slide to the back of the stage. Be sure the slide doesn't go under the clips that hold it in place. Use the knobs on the lower right side of the stage to center the specimen over the condenser lens. Start with the low-power objective lens, 4x, and the stage in its highest position. Then look through the ocular lens and focus on the specimen, which should already be nearly in focus. Once you have found the specimen on low power, be sure it is centered in the field of view. Then move to the next highest objective lens, 10x, and refocus. Your specimen should be nearly in focus, and you should only need to use the smaller, fine focus knob. Again, center the specimen, and you are ready to move to the highest power lens, 40x. If your slide doesn't move when you turn the knobs to adjust the slide holder, make sure you are using the right knobs and that the slide is clipped in place properly. If you are having trouble finding the specimen, make sure your specimen is centered. Start over at the lowest power and move the stage back to its highest position. If you get frustrated trying to focus, you can easily get so far out of focus that it's easier to start over. You should only need to do minor adjustments at each magnification. When focusing, move the slide just a little bit back and forth with the slide holder knobs. Your eyes can see motion better than stationary objects. If you are observing unstained specimens, use the stage diaphragm to reduce the amount of light passing through. Also, if you're observing unstained specimens, try to find a bubble or other easily observed object under the cover slip and focus on that. If when you move to a higher power lens, the specimen becomes blurry as though it were coated with Vaseline and you cannot focus, you may need to clean the lens. Soak a piece of lens paper, and only lens paper, with lens cleaner and wipe the lens. Then wipe dry with clean lens paper. Repeat a couple times. If this doesn't solve the problem, check with your instructor. When you have finished using the microscope, remove the slide and rotate the lowest power lens in place. Move the stage to a centered position and the slide holder to the left. Check that the stage is clean and dry. Turn off the light and power and wrap the cord. Carry the microscope with both hands back to the cabinet. Be sure that the arm is facing out and that the microscopes are not crowded together.
And that's right there is the end of the light microscopy. See you on the next video where we're going to be talking about cells. Thank you.